Okay, so here are some more Q&As. I think we discussed, I've incorporated a lot of queries which I could not address last time, but subsequently I added to the presentation. But these are all some of, again, the questions. We saw this last time also. Any maximum period fixed for trainees? No, there is no maximum period fixed except for apprentices. So it is governed by the provisions of the Apprentices Act. There, I think for different trades, right, or for the technician apprentices or for the graduate apprentices, they have mentioned the period of training and the stipend to be paid. But in case of the company trainees, if you are taking trainee as per your own policy or as per your standing orders, then whatever period mentioned in the standing orders, that holds good, right? If you have mentioned that you can engage a person as trainee only for a maximum period of say 1 year, then I think you cannot engage a person for more than that. In this one year, if you find that person unfit, then you may have to just relieve that person after the training period. Nobody can question that, right? Because he is not an employee; he is only undergoing training. But after at the end of the training, you are finding him not fit. So you can relieve that person. Similar to probationer, right? You can relieve that person. Trainee is also during the training period or at the end of the training period, without quoting any reason, definitely you can relieve that person. Can a trainee demand regularization if engaged for say 2 years? See, again, it depends. See, if he is really a trainee, right, in its true sense, he was just given training, he was just undergoing training, then definitely he cannot claim, right? But if you are engaging employees in the guise of trainee, then he can claim, right? So again, the actual work performed, and maybe we should have proper records. Only then we'll be able to prove our stand. That is the crucial point here. Whether trainees are entitled for bonus? No. See, only the employees are entitled for bonus. The act very clearly says the employer is liable to pay bonus for the employees. So again, the question comes: who are the employees? Trainee is not an employee. But point here is whether that person is really a trainee or not. That is again crucial, right? So if you are engaging trainees in its real sense, then they are not entitled for bonus. It is sufficient if you just pay stipend, right? But nothing wrong if you want to make some lump sum payment, you can make it, right? Whether you call it as bonus or any other way. And can the notice pay be recovered from the employees? Yes, it is possible. Notice pay you can recover. Any maximum period prescribed for probationers, again subject to the provisions of the standing orders, right? If you have your own standing or certified standing orders, then it is based on that. Otherwise, the model standing orders. Then what is the procedure for terms of appointment of daily rated workers? Again, there is no difference except for calculation of wages. Here it will be on daily basis. For the regular monthly paid workers, it will be on monthly basis. Otherwise, it is same, right? What is the procedure for terms of appointment of casual workers? Please, when you say casual workers, I think it should be casual in nature. We are appointing persons to perform the jobs which are of casual. When we say casual, we ourselves cannot anticipate. So how can I appoint a person for doing a casual job? So please make it appear really casual. See, just like casual leave. When I say casual leave, I cannot anticipate. Suddenly I may have to maybe take leave for some reason. May not be based on sickness, right? So that is what is known as casual. So which cannot, when we say casual, the thing which cannot be anticipated. If you are giving appointment order, then you are anticipating the vacancy. Then why do you go for casual employees? You go for regular employees. That is what the inspectors would say, right? Let us not do that. Can a worker given a contractual appointment for a period of 1 year claim permanency if the period is extended? No. See, if you are talking about the fixed term employment, once the period gets over, please relieve them, right? If you are extending the fixed term appointment, then there is a kind of risk, right? But if there is proper reasoning, proper record also available, then you can take a chance. I would say otherwise, generally, it is better not to extend the fixed term period of the individual employee. Thank you so much.